welcome to the Deception podcast, attempting to make an audio show out of a visual art form since 2013. My name is John Sparrow. Sitting next to me is Aaron Hayes.
I've got a new cardigan.
Yes.
But I'd say that.
Looks like my granddad's cardigan. What's that bit of plastic you've got stuck in it? Is that the tag?
It's from the, you know, when you rip the price label off.
Yeah.
I just haven't took the other half out yet.
Right, okay. What about this big plastic thing on the back that beeps when
yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that one.
And also we've got on the other side of the internet our guest host today, Mr. Steve Rowe.
Hello, and I lost Facebook for 24 hours.
Yeah, you did, yeah. So we had a bit of trouble getting you on here, to be honest, because while we were trying to get it sorted.
Yeah, it's been awful.
So have you been like clicking dodgy links or something?
No, not at all. It's really strange. I've got my internet isn't great, and so I kind of wiped my computer, updated everything, and it wiped all my passwords. So I couldn't remember my Facebook password. I tried to reset, and it said, "Yeah, you reset your password, all hunky dory. You can come back to us in 24 hours."
Oh, really? As it just said that takes that long to think. Did they use the word hunky dory?
No, not really.
I can't see Mark Zuckerberg being a hunky dory kind of guy. Actually,
that's me trying to make light of the situation. I was like, 24 hours. Normally, if you reset something, you don't have to wait 24 hours.
Not for like an email, like a password set up. No.
As well. Yeah, so it was very frustrating. So I managed to log on again at 20 and had loads of messages that I need to get back to. But yeah, not ideal, but I'm here, so
I'd be dead without my internet. Now, one thing I will say is that Steve has said that his internet connection isn't fantastic. Didn't tell me that before we decided to get him on the show. To be honest, it has cut off twice while we've been prepping.
Oh, it just sounds a little bit like every now and then
robotic.
it sounds like he's being possessed by a robot.
So,
but I like it.
Maybe I am.
I think it's
maybe
good.
I am.
I think it's good.
Maybe it's a ruse.
We'll do our best to keep you straight. So, all right, cool. Let's do some magic news.
Traveling the world of prestigitation and bringing back the interesting bits. This is Magic News.
So here's what I ask Aaron: have you got any idea what we're talking about this week?
I assume you're going to be talking about the big stories, John T, the ones of the moments of now.
We have a
is it
Google...
Derren Brown and
the
Thorpe Park and stuff. And...
Yeah. We have a show notes thing on
Who's
Google
Derren
Docs.
Brown.
Darren, yeah.
Did you say Derren Brown?
We're going to get onto that, but first we have another story. It's slightly more serious, unfortunately. There has been a WordPress blog written by a lady. I'm going to scroll to find her name. It's a very long... I was going to say John Armstrong. That's not her. That's her name is...
Shirley Temple.
Yes, I can't find it. I'm so very sorry. It's not... What a ridiculous blog to not have your name on the front page.
Okay. That was the drink. Shirley Temple's the drink.
That she drank. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. So this is about a young Harvard... Harvey College graduate, or attendee, who has been to visit the Magic Castle in Hollywood.
I've not been.
No, I haven't either.
Me neither.
She was brought up on stage by Mike Finney.
Oh, yeah.
You know Mike Finney?
Yeah, hang on. Is Mike Finney the one who does the card on the head?
Yeah, he's got a bit of a mullet.
Yeah, card on the forehead.
Yeah.
That's his bit, isn't it?
He also has a bit that's a rope routine.
Right.
Where it's a... I don't know what it's called. What's it called where you tie knots in the rope and pull it and the knots come off the rope?
Not Professor's Nightmare then.
No. It's like a acrobatic knot a bit, I guess, that sort of thing. Yeah. He does a routine with a woman. He gets up, and the routine is full of innuendo and
innuendo.
Yeah, it's a little sleaze. It's a little sort of. I mean, I don't want to push my opinion too much on it, but
end of the pier.
I won't lie. I'm not a massive fan of the routine. I'm not a massive fan of his performance style, if I'm honest with you. Well, neither was this lady who he got up to help. She's felt incredibly uncomfortable by it, so much so that she's. Taken to the internet to tell people how awful it was. Now, it's quite a long post and there's quite a lot of comments regarding it, so we're not going to go into it too much detail, but the link will be in the show notes. You can find it at geekism-network.com/deception47. There'll be a link there to it, and you can obviously see all the comments that some magicians have made and some other sort of regular attendees of the castle have made as well. But the thing that I think is interesting is that in her retelling of the story, she informed Mike on stage that she wasn't comfortable with what he was doing. There's a bit of the routine where he stands behind her with his arms around in front of her.
Yeah.
And sort of does the magic in front of her eyes.
So I do my coins across.
Yeah, that's a fine... Okay, if I'm totally honest with you, I'm totally honest with you. If it was me, I would feel just a little uncomfortable with
You
that.
like that, the vanishing thumb?
No.
When I can show both hands?
No. Aaron,
I
this
do
is
a
the story
similar
we're
thing
talking
where
about. You can't be making those sort of...
I'm sorry, I've gone on that. Yeah, but yeah.
I do something similar as well, where I put my arms around somebody. But I do normally choose a guy, a bloke. But I always do ask, "Are you comfortable with me putting my arms around you?" I always ask.
But it goes on
Because
even further than that.
I'm comfortable with that personal space.
I wouldn't
being...
like that. I wouldn't like that
No,
at
I
all.
probably
It's a
wouldn't
bit
either,
bit
to be
too
honest.
close for me. But then also Mike Finney lets go of one end of the rope and then starts like reaching for the rope and sort of touching her stomach. And he says something like, "I'm looking for the rope. I haven't got my eyes." And then he says, "Most women just pass me the rope straight away." Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And it's not my cup of tea, and she's not liked it either. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because a lot of comments from magicians have been in sort of Mike's defence. Who can I first of all say that I don't think he needs defending. I think he's the sort of guy who can quite easily fight his own battles. Just want to say that. But there are a lot of people saying, "Oh well, you know, it's a 21+ comedy club in New York. You should expect that sort of thing." There's also been apparently she describes herself as wearing a rather short red dress, cocktail dress, that she regrets now. Which and a few people have said, "Well, if you're going to wear things like that." And then you're going to get into that horrible sort of she was asking for it territory, aren't you? So, you've really got to be careful. And part of me wants to ask the question, is it okay in 2015 to make these jokes? Is it okay to, do a routine where the gag is the innuendo and the uncomfortableness of the woman? Even when the women are laughing along and joking,
I think you have to make sure that you judge the audience right. I mean, the fact is that she's taken the time out to write this online, so she's been hurt by it or affected by it. So
she's got a good memory. She's written it word for word.
Yeah. Well, this is what a few people have said, that she's kind of perhaps been a little bit of a, I hate to use the term, but SJW, social justice warrior, and it looks like she's Googled him and watched videos of the routine.
I am outraged by this. Right. I don't know why, but I am outraged by this.
It looks like she's looked over the routine again a few times, because you're right, she does remember the act incredibly well. But that shouldn't matter. The fact is,
she wasn't drinking, though.
The fact is, the act in the first place is what's made her go on to do this.
Exactly. She's made a conscious decision to do it for whatever reason. So you have to question what is going on with the act, definitely.
Yeah. And so obviously the Magic Castle have been quite nice about it. Apparently, she spoke to John Armstrong, who's one of the board of councillors there, and they're looking into it. But at some point, Mike Finney was auditions. He's done the same act for 30 years. They knew what the gags were. So part of makes me think that I'm not sure there is a space for this kind of humour anymore. And not so much humour. This kind of, I don't know where to describe it really, Like you watch stand-up comics, there are much less stand-up comics who sort of
you don't hear many mother-in-law jokes anymore, do you?
Stand-up comedy is very much self-degrading these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think
very much so.
That's kind of the judge on where we can be with our magic, I think, because basically we're stand-up comics who have a crutch that is a magic trick, So I think it's I'm just not sure whether this sort of thing, these sort of gags, I always remember seeing a magician once in Tenerife when I was a kid, and he got a woman up on stage and said, "Blimey, are those puppies for sale? I'll take the one with the pink nose." Right? Don't laugh. Look at Perry, you're laughing. Totally proving against my point. Right.
I'm more laughing at the fact that he's done that. A fella has done it in his show. Yeah. That's what's funny, because you'd be sat there going, "What?
Yeah.
Has he just?"
I just think we're past that. Are we past that?
Well, I mean, according to this one woman who's wrote a blog, I mean, it comes down to that thing again, is that no one really goes on and blogs about how good an act was.
Perhaps not. Well, no, she does go on to say...
I'm not saying on either side here.
She does go on to say that she went on to see John Armstrong, and he was absolutely fantastic. He was nothing but a gentleman. He was very funny. But self-deprecatingly so. His magic was good. He was very self-aware. I think that's one thing a lot of people don't think magicians are, is self-aware. And that's where I
think you have to be aware of the audience as well, obviously.
Yeah.
And make a good judgment as to whether what you're doing or what you're saying is going to be deemed as funny and enrich the audience and enrich the performance or not. If it's not, then don't do it.
We can all. I mean, and as well. Do you know what? Michael Finney's probably not enjoyed it either because he's thinking, I'm just trying to do my acting as well, and he's dying on stage.
He'll have known that he was dying.
He would have. He would have known. Yeah, he would have known. I'm not saying that she's overreacted. She's obviously felt morally violated on the stage, you know, in front of people, made to feel a little bit stupid. And everything. However, I don't like this. This just one snippet which I found, which says, I was sitting there, still just thinking about it over and over again, thinking that magic was ruined for me forever, that I never wanted to wear that red dress again, that I wanted to burn the knot I had as a souvenir in my purse. All right, love. Don't go and see him again.
So perhaps she's a little gone over the top, yeah.
Yeah, but she's talking about getting a bin and chucking pictures of magicians in it and burning knots and having it. Yeah.
The thing is, though, is that the only thing that any of us as magicians can affect here is the catalyst that's made her go on to do all of this.
Yeah.
We can't be that catalyst, and we shouldn't be that catalyst. Maybe she's gone too far. Maybe she was, you know, perhaps a little too sensitive. But it all boils down to the fact that if he hadn't have put his arm around her and hadn't have made jokes, I think one of the things is where when he's got his arms behind her back, she leans forward to blow the knot. And he says, I really wouldn't lean forward at this point, you know. I don't know why he's become Bernard Manning in my head, but yes. You know, there's that. I think at the end of the day, that's what started it all this off, is those gags. So
has he picked the wrong spectator?
Perhaps so, but then it doesn't matter, does it? Because if he'd have picked the right spectator who was into it a bit more, she'd have still sat in the audience and felt the same way. Maybe not strongly.
That's true. That's true. But we've done gigs before, John C, where we have got a lady up on stage, and they've been a little bit. And we've done when we used to do Wayne Dobson's sex test.
Yeah.
And you would get some women who click on really quickly about what's going on, and they were, I mean, like disgustingly play up with it. And you think, yes, that woman in that was so that is misogynistic. Sorry, the lady in question here in the sitting there in the red dress. You're right, she wouldn't be enjoying it. But so because she wouldn't be enjoying it, the lady who's on stage who is loving it and having the time of her life, is like, no, we won't be doing them jokes because it will offend her. Yeah, and it's that horrible thing. But it's a good story.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I say, the link will be in the show notes. It's quite a big post, but it is, I think, worth reading.
It is. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Slightly more fun story then. Derren Brown's roller coaster. Let's say roller coaster. It's been announced that Thorpe Park.
Is that what it is? Right.
Is a roller coaster that's powered by him. He gets up behind it. So Thorpe Park has announced that they're creating a psychological theme park ride, and Derren Brown is one of the.
Sorry, I've still got an image of the caterpillar ride, a roller coaster with a cat that goes through an apple. Yeah, I have an image of like the front carriage being Derren Brown's head now.
No, you would go through his mouth, surely, wouldn't you? The apple would be a massive.
That's what I say. Definitely,
no, the apple would be like
through his mouth.
Yeah, it'd be a massive Derren Brown
into his
head.
brain, and then you go around his brain, and it'd be like woo.
Well, we don't know. It could be. Who knows? It's
could be. It'd be quite a disappointing experience.
It looks like it's going to be a I don't know what you'd call it, really, like
logical
experience ride. Yeah, maybe more akin to a haunted house than a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's what I pictured immediately. Was like a haunted house. And you walk through and you go through different things, and there's audio and there's visual and there's various things going on.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 30-minute long, immersive. I've mixed two words together there.
Immensely immersive.
Exactly, yeah. A psychological theme park ride based in Thorpe Park down in Surrey. And so Derren Brown is one of the, what do you call them? You know.
What?
He's had some say in it.
Consultant,
thank you. I couldn't think of the words.
I would hope so, if it's got his name on it.
Yeah, so and they've put his name on it.
It wouldn't bother me, to be honest, Steve. Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, anywhere. Billy Bob's Fun Shack at the side of the beach. If you want an Aaron Hayes ride, doesn't bother me.
You just use my name.
Just give me the check. I'll be fine. I don't care what it is.
So it looks fantastic. There's its own website. There's an interesting thing about it where they're doing like an augmented gameplay thing, like a treasure hunt, so to speak.
Right.
Not much like we mentioned it. Oh no, we didn't. We mentioned it on our other show. Sorry. You know, a while back, David Blaine, when he released his book, there was a treasure hunt in the book, and there was clues in the book, and you could go on to win 100 grand. Anyone remember this?
No.
It's in Mysterious Stranger. there was a
Yes, there
thing
was, yes.
where you could $100,000 prize, Dave Blaine's challenge, and there was clues throughout the book that led into real life. Well, they're doing the same with this,
Right.
and there's a website which is
Is this
called,
the micro site, the Minds Wanted?
So mindswanted.co.uk is the site. Now, if you watch the trailer for the video, it doesn't really show much. It shows a brain sort of pulsating, and then a few, standard sort of flash images, and then Derren Brown's eye zoomed out. But if you look at the eye, within the iris, the words "I see you" are written. So if you then go to Minds, I figured this all about myself. I was dead chuffed with myself. If you go to mindswanted.co.uk/ICU, the website goes a bit crazy and flickers off and on, and then you get into this secret photo gallery. Excellent work. You found our secret Derren Brown gallery, and you're one step closer to riding the newest attraction. And basically, they're doing a prize for being.
You're spoiling it for everybody else.
Well,
now.
That's as far as I've got.
Don't tell anyone anymore. Let them find it.
That's it now. Yeah, there's some and apparently in those photos there is the next clue, but I've had a good hour staring at them now and I can't figure it out.
Is it like one of them? You will ship bricks when you see it on the video.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And it's a girl with like 5 fingers and a thumb, and it's weird.
It's one of them. So it looks fantastic. I can't wait to try it. Now there has been a single noisy hypnotist on Facebook who was.
I'm just gonna say this now.
I'm not going to use his name.
Please don't, because this single hypnotist is renowned for kicking off.
But I'm
over
sure you all know who I mean.
Thing. Yeah.
Anyway,
he
he's
doesn't
kicked
need
off
any more advertising.
Yeah, as to whether or not this is going to be considered. What am I trying to say? That it'll need sort of regulating under the Hypnosis Act and all this, and it obviously doesn't. It's going to be a few optical illusions and stuff.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if are you a roller coaster fan, Steve?
I do like roller coasters,
Okay.
but I haven't been on any of the really big ones.
Okay,
lately.
so you've not been on the Smiler.
No.
Okay, so the Smiler, obviously not open now, but for completely different reasons. The Smiler, as you're queuing up, has these little rooms that you walk through that have sort of augmented video screens and sort of weird, these images that aren't moving but they look like they're moving, optical illusion type stuff, and that's the extent of this. I think that's the sort of thing we're going to expect.
People aren't going to walk out hypnotised, are they?
No, exactly. Of course not. That'd be ridiculous to think that. So, but I think it's a cool thing. I think it's a good bit of branding for him. He hasn't particularly done anything big the last sort of 6 months, bar his tour.
He's done his tour, isn't he?
But he hasn't
do anything though.
No, I suppose he has like a big TV show recently.
No,
so.
but he does that in between, doesn't he?
I think it's exciting. I mean, like hypnotism, magic, started out in carnivals and circuses and that kind of thing. And this is kind of a modern day version, really.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I definitely think there's going to be elements of that sort of sideshow, because he's a big fan of that as well, isn't he? And he sort of mentions that in shows. I definitely think, at least while you're queuing up. No, you're still with us. You think you've gone though, don't you? That was weird, wasn't it? I've gone. You haven't. I've gone.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're getting back, but yeah, I think that's a cool thing. I think that's going to be something that I'll enjoy going on to. Me and Nicola have been wanting to go to Thorpe Park for ages.
I've been to Thorpe Park.
This is going to be my reason for going to Thorpe Park now, I think. All right, but it just says 2016, so when, we don't know. But you can find out more info at mindswanted.co.uk, or you can find the news articles or /ICU, and then if you figure out the next bit, let us know what it is, or you can check out the show notes for the other news links. Right, we've got a sounds like.
Okay.
This is I'm going to just try to pick Steve up one more time, but if not, we'll have to carry on without him, unfortunately. We've got a sounds like. This is, I'm going to be really annoying now. This is from a secret project that I'm not allowed to tell you where it's from yet. This is something I'm working on with a couple of people who you'll recognise in the clip, but we're not ready to launch it yet. But whilst editing the video, I found a Sounds Like You're Playing With Yourself. So this is from Gary Jones and Chris Congreve. Like I said, I can't say what the product is now, but this is this week's Sounds Like You're Playing With Yourself.
It sounds like you're playing with yourself.
The reason why you are in your pockets for quite a while, you let that fall out. You can either give it to a spectator to hold, but you can put it into your mouth, or you place it onto the table. And what Chris does is Chris opens his fingers. So as he does this, you get a flash.
It sounds like you're playing with yourself.
Gary Gary Jones sounds like a bit of a farmer. That he holds his fingers. Chris does.
Gary has a really strange accent because I think he's from London originally, but now he's moved down. Moved down Devon, and every now and again he gets like, oh, Steve's back.
Oh, hello.
Every now and again he gets a really, really strong Cockney.
Yeah.
And, with that, no, sorry, it's a weird thing to come back into.
We're still recording. Welcome back to Steve Rowe. Steve Rowe's back.
We were just saying that Gary Jones has sometimes a really strong Cockney accent and sometimes a really strong sort of Devonshire accent, and sort of mixes somewhere between the two.
Love it. Yes.
Right. So let's move on. We'll go into.
Wait.
What?
I wanted to do the thing where we talk about the
Oh,
guests.
yes. Go on,
we have
then.
to talk about the guests, don't we?
We do, yes.
We are obviously joined this week by Steve Rowe, the Candyman.
Oh. The Candyman, yeah. A long line of wonkers.
Oh, very good. That's good, isn't it?
That's a good
Why
line.
didn't I think of that? That's annoyed me. So, Steve, tell us just a very brief synopsis for those who don't know who Steve Rowe is. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name and where'd you come from?
My name is Steve Rowe. I am a magician. I'm a working magician, not fully time professional, but I work every weekend. Also graphic design, but I also have a shop online and I make various products and sell them to other magicians. And because I'm a worker, a lot of my stuff works.
Yeah, it's definitely aimed at the sort of, this has been tried and tested. You know,
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the way it works basically is I invent stuff for myself for my act. I work it, other people see it, and then they want it, and then it means that I produce them and sell them to other magicians.
Do you sort of give yourself a time limit on how long you use something before other magicians get to get it?
Sell it?
Or
yeah, that's a good question. I think the tendency is to when you build a product and it works for you, the tendency is to get excited and want other people to use it as soon as possible. But I've learned that things take time to work. I mean, some of my stuff like Breakaway Sharpie, I've been doing that for 2 years. It's now at a point where I can offer it to people affordable because the making of it.
I would say with that one, it's more of a manufacturing thing, isn't it? Because you can quite easily make a Breakaway Sharpie that will work for you and do the job.
Yeah,
but when you're selling it and when you're selling it and producing it on a larger scale, you have
to make sure that you can. Yeah, because initially when I was making them, they were taking me over an hour to make each one. Now nobody wants to pay 25, 30 quid for a Breakaway Sharpie.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have to think about that side of things, making it affordable to people, but also have to think about like Mint. I was working that for 18 months before I released it because I was ironing out the creases on the performance while I was happy doing it. You have to kind of weigh up when you're happy performing it, giving it to other people that don't know you, that haven't got you one-on-one to go through things. You have to make sure everything is absolutely smooth and ironed out.
I can imagine sometimes with a new product, there's a possibility of maybe working it for a month or two and then releasing it. And then you could go to a gig and somebody could say something and you could go, oh God, what happens if somebody says that? Or what happens if somebody pulls this thing or whatever, And so you sort of need like all eventualities covered, don't you, I think?
Yeah, well, what I'm finding is the stuff that I'm releasing now is stuff that I have been, actually performing and working for a couple of years, 18 months. Whereas when I initially designed it, I was like, oh yeah, I can release this next month. Yeah. But it doesn't happen unless you really want it to go wrong. It doesn't happen. So I've got like a backlog of stuff that I'm working on now that I don't think I'll be releasing till end of next year probably.
Yeah. I think it is at least a year. I know that the clip from Sounds Like Tonight. That routine's been. They've been working on that for about a year or two. Sure.
And even so, when you release something, someone always says, you could do this. It's like...
it's a second pair of eyes sees it,
Yeah, especially on Mint, there's a young magician that I saw on the Magic Dealers Day on Saturday. And Bailey, a young lad, I think he's only about 13, 14. He's one of the young magicians at the Magic Circle. And he's just done a video for Mint, a presentation, and he's put that online. I'm like, damn, that's really nice. Yeah. Thought of card, thought of word, tip it out, and it's in the box. It's like, that's really nice.
Talking to the dealers day, did it go? It looked good. It went well. Seemed to go well.
Yeah, it went really well. Really well for me. I had a Keith who organised it. Gave me a really nice pitch right on the door.
Oh, great.
So people walking in straight away. I had my sweets. I had a big display of Chupa Chups
Is
and
that
some
your
love hearts.
first? Was that your first sort of dealer stands? Or have you
My
done a few
first
before?
dealer stand. I did the Bristol Day of Magic with Kieran.
Yeah.
Hello, Kieran. If he's listening, does he listen to this?
He does
Yeah,
listen.
it does
yeah,
actually
he
now
does.
and then. Yeah.
Does he? Yeah. So I did the Bristol Day of Magic with Kieran. That was an experience and an eye opener. And then this was much better for me because I had much better idea of what people want to see. And so I just literally from 10 in the morning till 4, I was demming everything and
It's
selling
a long,
everything.
It's a
sold
long
out.
day, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it's knackering. Yeah, I don't know what Blackpool's like, but I mean,
It kills you. We worked Blackpool last year, in the February gone, for the 3 day. We turned up on a Thursday, spent a couple of hours setting the stand up, and then thought, well, we can still have beers now. We can still have beer.
Yeah.
And now we can have beer. And then went there Friday morning, adrenaline was working till about midday, and then we were like, we're here for we've got another 2 days of this.
Yeah, it is a long weekend. But we signed up for it again, so
Still doing it.
can't be that bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy a ticket.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, sorry, go on. You're
I'm
thinking about it for Blackpool, yeah.
I am, yeah, because I now realise that my stuff is easy to perform. It's visual. It's not overly expensive.
Yeah.
And it's different. I like it. So I think I need to think.
well.
The big thing for Blackpool for you will be having enough of each product. I think what I mean, because especially because everything you sell is a sort of like not necessarily a low price point, but it's sort of that sort of impulsy type sort of price. That sort of 20.
Everything is under 20 quid.
Yeah. So you're going to need a lot of them, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. I definitely do. So I need to think if I can get a stand. Brilliant, I'm going to go for it, but it means that I've got months of building stuff.
Start building up stock levels, yeah.
Like Lolly Fruit is not quick to build.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the?
I just do you know what? And this isn't anything to do with like this week's podcast
Just something
or
you want to
question.
bring up in it.
Just something I wanted to bring up. Now, I don't care what people say out there.
Pringle?
You can say, "I'm fine, thank you."
I'm gonna have a Pringle.
Okay.
Other crisp
Well,
snakes
they're
are
not-
available.
they're not.
I'm all right for a shopping.
They're not Pringles.
Magic, wouldn't it?
They're stackers.
Sorry?
They're stackers.
Oh yeah, they're the Aldi Pringle rip-off. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's absolutely ridiculous. What was I going to say? Yes. Now I know there'll be a lot of magicians out there who will roll their eyes at the very notion of it, but I perform the Omni Deck when I work. Okay, and I know
What's that
that.
then?
And I know that no one. I know that judging by social media and internet forums that nobody else does because it's you see it as old hat now, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. But I perform the Omni Deck. I think it's a strong piece of magic. However, I have seen. And a couple of Omni Decks lately on Facebook.
I think I know what you're going to say. I really hope I don't lose action here.
with people's names like engraved on them. You know, like laser glass. You know, like you get like a
paperweight or something.
Yeah. So it'll say like, happy 21st, but I don't know, happy, congratulations on your wedding day, John T and Nicola.
Okay.
2016.
Right.
You're like, well, okay.
So you're looking at your face. You don't like this.
I don't like it. No,
Why not? Steve's shaking his head as well.
I think that the Omni Deck. It's weird enough as it is. It's hard enough to kind of go, yep, they're glass now. Come on, move on. It's a hard thing to justify anyway. As so you've got to, but then to then say, and it's because I imagine that it looks like this. You would say, open up your hands or look at your hand.
Yeah.
They're holding they're then going to go, oh my God, the cards have gone to, it's a glass block. What's happened here? It's a glass block. And they're going, wow, that's amazing. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And then you've got to kill that moment and go, whoa, hang on, look. No, look carefully, look. It says, it's got a little message for you.
Right.
And I think that then changes it. I think it changes it from magic to a gift.
Or some people have commented online that you could show it as the Omni Deck and then switch it for the one that's engraved. Now, the problem I have with this, I'm all for giveaways and I'm all for making effort.
Like I said, quite a lot of your stuff is based on a giveaway, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. But it's a magical giveaway. I'd give away the Omni Block, but I wouldn't engrave it because the whole idea of the Omni Block is that you've turned the cards into a glass block. Not that you've switched it for anything, but you've performed magic and you've magically transformed the cards in their hands into a glass block. That's magic. As soon as you've engraved it, it's something you've engraved and brought in from home, and it's been in your pocket.
And
Right.
they'll go. Well, he must have switched or
It,
something.
Right.
it exposes Omni Deck.
So,
Yeah, I think so. Actually, yeah, I think it does.
So
yeah.
that's fine. I agree with you. I think there's something that needs to be a little bit more organic about.
But
the
you're
plot.
going to be devil's
I'm
advocate.
going to be devil's advocate and say, are you telling me
Yeah.
that there are people who genuinely think you've melded the cards into glass?
Yes.
Yes.
That you are actually an alchemist?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. What
Yeah,
other
I do.
explanation
I
is
genuinely
there?
think
There's no
that-
other explanation. It's in their hand. There's no other explanation. They saw the cards in their hand. They open their hand. It's now a glass block.
You
There's no
you
other
spread the
explanation.
cards out. You spring them. You fan them. They take them on. They've
to be
written the
honest
name
with
on
you,
it. Here, do me a favour. Just hold the rest of the pack for me. Now, what's your card? This. Give me the cards back. What? That's. It's
Yep.
What the hell?
That is
Verbatim.
Aaron's routine verbatim. That is, by the way.
That's all I
That's
do.
the whole point of the Omni Deck. As soon as you, I mean, I would say that if you could engrave it so it looks like handwriting, so it looks like you've scribbled it, or it looks like if you could preempt their signature, obviously you couldn't, but if you could go to that length by pre-meeting them, if you could then switch it and do the engraving, and it looks like it's been done there and then,
I think
maybe it's good.
Switching the regular Omni Deck and then as a final kicker engraving it, that I'd be
Magically
happier with
engraving
that than the engraved
Yeah.
one being the one that
But
was released.
not the nice and neat engraving with pictures of hearts on and all that kind of thing, where it's clearly been done outside of the magic environment that you've created.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem for me. It exposes Omni Deck for me because it had to have been a switch, and that's not what Omni Deck is.
But
Omni
anyway,
Deck isn't a switch.
I'm glad I got that off my
Not
chest.
even the masturbate. Now we're going to start our masturbate
I
at some
wasn't
point.
expecting
Unfortunately, Steve's going to have to get off soon. So,
So you want to do the juicy comments?
Let us know when.
Well,
you have
let's
to-
get his view on it
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
first, and then just
fine, yeah.
give us a shout when you have to get away. So anyway, let's dive into this.
Masturbate, yeah.
Well, what's this we're doing now?
This is the masturbate.
No, sorry.
What?
I got paid far too much money to sit here and do this.
Right, okay. Very funny. So, this week's question was: first of all, Jesus H Christ, I don't think we've had as many comments.
What the fudge happened like yesterday when with the internet it broke?
Question was:
I'm quite. Mine did
took-
actually break.
maybe that's what caused it. You turn up at a gig with nothing on you for some
It
reason.
wouldn't happen.
For some reason, what do you do? So
It was a ridiculous question.
this was
Of course it-
this was purposefully left sort of ambiguous because
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily just want to know what tricks you would do or what tricks you always carry with you. You know, what tricks you can do with your body, with your mind, what tricks you can do with stuff found in a hotel. They're all
sure.
fine, but I would also be quite as happy with people saying, well, I would go and speak to the bride and groom. I would, do that. That's fine as
I would
well.
run to a shop, get a petrol
yeah,
station.
sure.
For example, Steve would be fine because every wedding has candy carts at the moment, and they always have them
Yeah,
sweet
you're
carts
right,
at
you'd be all right
weddings.
with sweets,
He'd
wouldn't
just be like, "Oh yes."
So that's fine. Now, a part of me thinks that Sam was kind of making a bit of a joke in the first place, to be honest. But Sam Fitter made the comment that I get paid too much to mess up that badly. But that's not the point of the question. It's a hypothetical situation. This has somehow happened.
I think what went wrong
to
with
open
the
up
Sam.
a debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what went wrong with the something, and I'm just saying this. I'm speaking for you, Sam. I'm trying to get you off the hook here.
I'm not sure he's on a hook, to be honest.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Everyone's opinion's valid.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It is. It is. I don't know if Sam understood what hypothetical anything.
I was asking. People say that he hasn't understood the question. The question was whatever you wanted it to be. It was the whole point of these questions is to make a debate. Anyway, I've cut out most of those comments that refer to that remark in the first
because
place.
it become a conversation.
Yeah,
over
it
that,
doesn't only because it wouldn't make sense here. They are still available on, I think it was Chaotic Minions group. So if you want to read the full debate, you can do there. These are just the comments that sort of directly answer the
What's
question.
the Chaotic Minions group?
The Chaotic Minions group is a fantastic Facebook group, probably the best Magicians Facebook group, if I'm honest with you.
And what's the worst?
Absolutely.
The worst
absolutely.
is Magicians Only. Yeah, it's awful.
Check out my pass.
I'll happily say it. All right, so let's dive in. So first of all, Steve, I think you actually did comment on one of these, but I've left it out because you're here now. So what?
I did, yeah. I did because I understood that it was a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
Of course, intentionally, no one's going to turn up with nothing. I mean, you could have the odd example where you've had an accident and you've lost your case or you've been mugged or whatever.
Well, that's the idea, yeah.
But it's your passion.
You know.
Why?
But it was more to just to get the neurons firing.
What would I do if I wanted to continue performing and doing magic and offering my service? Then I could. I think I could cope. I would panic like everybody would because I do rely on my props and my case. But I can always perform magic with stuff in any environment. So, rubber bands, you can always get rubber bands. You can always get paper tissues. You can always get cups. Even playing cards in most gigs, hotels, bars, even private homes are going to have playing cards. So you could do things, Angle Z type things. So I would cope, I think.
Do you feel like you'd provide enough value to the clients? Doing things like that.
I do actually, yeah, because a lot of what I do is more performance based now, rather than relying on the magic as such.
So the magic is more of a medium for you.
Yeah, more and more I'm getting comments by people that say I could have watched you without any magic.
So they're hiring. The idea is they're hiring you and not magic.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think if they don't know what's coming, if you utilize what's around you, it could make presentation stronger. It could lead to other things that lead into your act further on. I don't know.
No, I think you might be right there, to be honest. We'll read out a few of these. Gary Sprackling has said, I always have coins and notes in my pocket. I don't suppose, Gary, you got money, good. So I can usually compromise something with that.
But that's the thing, we always do, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I could do a little bit of a one coin thing. It wouldn't be anything amazing, though. I won't lie.
I could probably do a little bit of a coins across.
Yeah,
coin routine.
Oh, I tell you what I do actually. The it was on the spot. Greg Wilson's.
Oh yeah, something from nothing. And
no, 3 coins. It's these coins across using the Goshman pinch.
Yeah. See, James Brown's 11p routine. You can always do that. That is a great routine.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In my wallet, I've always got my phone and I've always got Jay Noblezada's 5 and 10 transpo always with me. They're the 2 things that I have with me all the time.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have that,
you're taking the question that you've lost your case for some reason, but there's still other things.
Yeah. But if I didn't have that at all, then you could borrow some coins, like I say, 11p bands. Various things.
Edmund Thaddeus, I said I'd borrow a Rizzler from somebody and do a really slow to the max that burnt my hands using an ice cube from somebody's drink.
I love that.
Although he doesn't actually put a tense on that, so I don't know whether that's what he would do or that's what he has done. It doesn't say whether or not this is speaking from experience.
Mark Bennett says, many moons ago, I turned up to a gig, totally forgot my double backer.
This is Mark's only half-hour routine.
I tried. He was on stage with me in Bristol.
Yeah.
He was doing the first half. I genuinely tried to switch his double backer in his top pocket for the guarantee card in the back. So he got on stage and went, right, oh shit! So knackered. But no, in all seriousness.
A red and blue backer would have been cool.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I turned up at a nightclub around 9:30 p.m. in the middle of nowhere and completely forgot my close-up case. Panicking, I did remember a garage I passed a few miles back. Knowing most garages stock Wallingtons or whatever, I headed back to the garage, but no Wallingtons at all. Asked the guy behind the counter if he had anything close. He handed over a card game called Happy Families. Said so all night. I'm like, have a look at your card. Ta-da! Your card was Mr. Spanner. Great gig. That's so funny, that isn't it?
Look at that. Mr. Bun the Baker rises up to the top of the deck. Lee Thompson said, I'd pickpocket them. And just to be daft, I might do it in a foreign language. I do it in 5 at present. #humblebrag. So this is, pickpocketing. That's a good one. Pickpocketing. Yeah. If you learn pickpocketing, you can always pickpocket. So next week's question is, what if you go to a gig and it's a nudist colony? Andy Charlton has said, normally...
I'm too professional to take a gig there.
Normally, I wake up a few minutes... normally I wake up after a few minutes struggling in the gig. It is a classic performer's bad dream. You're right there, Andy, it really is. Sam Hurst says, half my material... No, listen, right. Half my material has been written because of this. The reason my cups and balls use wet tissue, and Matthew Wright goes on to say, I've seen Sam turned up at 2 auditions with nothing on him now. One of which was for a TV show which he won.
Oh, that Brian Conley programme.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can...
Crazy, though.
Yeah, do you know what? We've worked with Magic Sam, with Sam Hurst,
Yeah.
in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And do you remember he turned up and he went, have you got a sponge ball?
Yeah. Can I borrow this? Can I borrow that?
Why? Have you got a banana?
I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't go to the booker and say, I can't do it now.
Okay.
Because I feel like I could be strong enough to offer a decent service.
Yeah, and also I think there's a problem there is that what sort of magician are you that needs these
exactly.
box
I
of
think it would
tricks?
be more of a negative thing for me to say I can't do it because I haven't got my case with me.
So would you maybe say go up to them afterwards and say, listen, some of my
No,
set pieces I didn't have.
No.
So
Why would you
I'm
say
gonna give
that?
some money off or something.
I'm offering them a service of magic. I'm supposed to be a magician. I'm supposed to be able to do magic with stuff. So
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
it's bad enough when someone says, "Can you show me a trick?" and you go, "Oh, sorry, I haven't got anything on me," and that's such a bad answer.
Yeah.
It's like you're a magician. Regardless, you should at least be able to do something with something borrowed. At least something. One thing. That's all they want to see.
Yeah.
Michael Fox says, get dressed.
That's very good. Took it quite literally there. The
Very,
question.
some people took it like no hypothetical at all. And he's like, oh gosh, I've got nothing on me. Well, I'll get dressed. To avoid the risk of being slandered again, says Dan Burgess, I'll keep my acerbic wit away from this one. Wink emoticon, oops, too late. Anyway,
Honestly, Dan, let it go, Dan.
just get over it, Dan. It's done now, isn't it? Gee, wept. Anyway, not quite nothing on me, but I turned up to a wedding of friends, luckily. I wasn't getting paid my usual exorbitant fee, with pockets full of stuff. Place was too loud and the folks were too drunk to concentrate on anything, really. Realised I hadn't bought a single normal deck of cards. Had to make do with elastic band and sponge balls and my winning personality. In other words, I was fucked. May I give Dan Burgess a little plug? Go on Facebook and find a page called R Lad.
Oh, it's wicked, isn't it?
It's so
on
good.
YouTube as well. It's
A-R-R,
Lad.
Lad. 2 separate words. And it's, do you know what? It's so fun. If you understand the Scouse accent, then you'll really,
basically
really
doing
love
a bit of a Scouse, baghead character, isn't he,
Oh,
really?
It's so funny.
It's not the one with the card story, is it?
No, he's not.
No, it's not a
nothing
magic
to do
thing.
with magic. It's just a character he's got. It's really good.
Gotcha.
Chris
Right,
Congreve
okay.
said he'd do bottle through table, billing lemon. You can usually get lemon's a good one.
Yeah.
You usually get a
Yeah.
lemon from a restaurant. can't you?
I do. I never buy a lemon now. I always
just
go
borrow
to
one,
the, oh, you got lemon.
They go, no, we've got coconuts. Jeez.
Christ. It's a tropical restaurant. You a pineapple? Oh, okay.
Centre tear, pulling the thumb off and restore, maybe not. A couple of effects on my phone. I try and get a pack of cards from a nearby shop. There you go. Honest answer.
Yeah.
Kieran's put regurgitation. I can always borrow the objects. That's just
Well, he would,
ridiculous.
wouldn't he? Yeah, he
disgusting,
would.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not disgusting. It's amazing.
Dan Slater said he would run away.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can you make that last one bigger?
It sounds like it.
Thank you. Yeah, it does, yeah. And Sean, is this the final one?
For now, yes.
Sean McCree says, not entirely sure that's possible for me. I always have a deck of cards in my jacket pocket and some elastic bands in my wallet, which are a handy thing to carry anyway. My wedding ring is always on my hand, so...
So you've got some stuff you can do with the
Yeah,
ring
you
as
could do
well.
shoelace and ring on string.
No, there were. Yeah, shoot. That was a few. Now, listen, there was more comments, but unfortunately, they were so lost within the sort of debate on chaotic. I was finding it too difficult to transfer them all over. So
Next one, Sam.
have a look on chaotic. Don't blame Sam.
I am.
It was Sam and Liam.
And Liam. No, Liam's all right.
Yeah, but Sam's all right.
Yeah, Liam's just yo-yo. Where's Sam's yo-yo?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I like them both equally.
Liam does the yo-yo. Very
So
cool.
there are more comments. I recommend going onto the Chaotic Minions group if you're not a member there. It's not completely closed off, is it? But I think there's an element of sort of vetting.
We don't
isn't
want
there?
twats.
Yeah. There is an element of vetting, but it's not completely closed off. So
Are we allowed to post videos of our...
Depends if you
of our
ask, you ask Kieran who'll let you in.
yeah,
Are we allowed to post videos
Ask
of
me
our
and
crotch
Stacey.
area? Are
you might not be.
we allowed to do that?
Yes, if you want to. Yeah.
Crotch area videos?
So there were more comments. I remember Mark Waddington making a really good
Yeah.
point about how, obviously, outside of this question, in the fact that you've got nothing on you, but he goes into quite a lot of detail about how he has his main case. He has a separate sort of little wash bag that's kept in the glove compartment, which I've got. I have that as well.
I have that now, actually. I think it's on from Mark's
It's just in the
thing,
bathroom
yeah.
now. But when I was working, I had a little wash bag that had sort of tissues, deodorant, Q-tips and that sort of thing, toothbrush and a little toothpaste, but then also a couple of packs of cards, a couple of sponge balls, a Sharpie, so that just left in my car.
Do you know what? If it was me, I think if I could get my hands on a pack of cards, I think I could do. I think I could do a
well, I was
good.
thinking about it.
I think I could do a good strong 2 hours.
Because I'll be honest with you,
with
I was really worried when I first come up with this
Post-it
question. I
notepad.
was. Yeah, you can do some stuff with that. I was really struggling because I couldn't think of anything. But then I thought about it. A few napkins rolled into balls. You could do quite an easy 1-2 sponge ball. Ideally, if you get a pack of cards, that's fine. I didn't even think of rubber bands. I do a really nice elastic band routine.
But you don't like to, you don't like to big yourself up.
Well, no. I do it. Like what I'm saying is that if you
it's amazing.
If you
my routine is brilliant.
What I'm saying is, if you got me 2 half decent rubber bands out of the office in a hotel, that routine would be identical to the one I do. There would be no sort of what's the word? There'd be no. I wouldn't have to.
Discrepancy.
I don't know what the word I'm trying to think of. There wouldn't be any
As
difference.
I was saying earlier, I think we rely too much on our set and our cases. And I think if you, as an exercise, if you kind of pushed yourself to say, right, 50% I'm going to work from a case today, 50% I'm going to just go with it, I think you'd open up some real nice avenues for yourself.
You're right. And that nicely leads us on to next week's masturbate question, which has actually come from yourself, Steve.
Oh, yes. Cool.
Which is, what is more important? Is it character or content? When you start out, it's mostly about the tricks. I would say it's all about the tricks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
At what point does it become more about you? That was the original question. I'd go on as to say, does it have to become more about you, in your opinion? Can it just be about tricks? Are the tricks more important than your character? So that's the question. Anyway, we'll pop it up on all the usual places, social media, and on the website. Right, that's all we've got time for this week. We're going to do a couple of little...
quick. That was really quick.
We got through it. See, we were worried you were going to run off, but you're okay. We've got a couple of little plugs. First of all, we'll have a little plug for your place, Steve. So it's the Gimmick King. But the website, we had this conversation before you got here, but the website is the Gimmicking.
Gimmicking,
yeah. 1K.
1K, and that's purely because the web address was gone.
Yes.
So I was asking, I said, is it the Gimmicking, as in, like, the reckoning, or is it the Gimmick King, as in the king of gimmicks? So it is the Gimmick King.
The Gimmick King, and I'm going to thank Tom Crosby for giving me the title, the Gimmick King. He sparked this all off and told me that I should go out and start selling my stuff. So,
I think you should.
Thanks to him.
You were shifting stuff anyway, so I think the fact that you
I was.
sort of
This is
wrapped
making it
up
a whole lot easier because
Yeah.
before I was relying on Facebook messaging and getting back to people, and it was a pain in the backside. And this means that I can have one-stop shop. So someone will come on and want a breakaway Sharpie, but they'll see that I sell all this other stuff. So it works very well for me.
Works good for you, and also for other people.
And I only sell my own stuff. I don't sell anyone else's stuff. I just sell my stuff.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff on the site. There's a review section. There's a how-to section. I've got a video how to split cards. And I'm going to do another video on how to make some holders very shortly out of gaffer tape.
And that site is?
thegimmickking.com.
Good. Fantastic. Right, anything you want to
That's
plug this week,
Thank
Aaron?
you.
Yes, there is. No, there isn't.
No?
Not on, no.
Okay, no, I've got it this week, apart from...
Find me on Instagram. I started using Instagram a lot more.
I've noticed.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I've seen you pop up on Instagram a lot this week.
I took a
We were
photo of a
talking
pack
about
of
that.
cards with
Yeah.
a filter on it. So
What's that, Steve?
We were talking about Instagram and Twitter and that. Yeah, I've started Instagram, but I need to get on it a little bit more. I've got it for my Gimmick King and for me as well, but
Yeah.
it takes so much time.
I have an Instagram account for all the things I do, like Deception has one, Geekism has one, Pixels and Pages has one. I don't really use them, but my own one, at Jonty Sparrow, it's Jonty with an I, I post some every few days on Instagram. I prefer Instagram to Twitter, if I'm honest with you. I like it. I
do.
see stuff that I think is funny. that needs
3
sharing.
likes already.
Oh, and you good. Right then, folks, that's all we've got time for this week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks
for
for now,
watching.
Steve.
Thanks very much to Steve Rowe for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
That was a blast. Thank
we've
you.
got Tom Mullinger back next week. We're going to turn his microphone up.
Oh, yeah.
I listened back to the show and
Oh, it did,
he
yes.
says like he's locked in a little box.
It's like he's put him at the other end of the street. It's like,
Exactly, yeah. So we're going to get him on and let him actually talk. Right, thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Cool, wonderful. Cheers, guys.
bye.
All right.
This show is part of the Geekism Network. For more information on this and other shows, visit geekism-network.com.